Preface to Part 1. If, as a representative of the Netherlands Bibelgenootschap, I had not been committed to the writing of a grammar of Toba language, I would have devoted this work for some time, because I am really not in a position to furnish a grammar which gives a proper representation in this language. In order to be able to do this, it is necessary for one to know not only the various Batak dialects, but also the rest of the languages of Sumatra, such as Mentawai, Rejang, Lampong, and so on. To produce one dictionary of all these languages would require little effort if only one had the opportunity to study them on the spot, because they resemble each other so much, not only in many words but even in peculiarities of pronunciation, that often one has only to give a rule to enable one and the same word to be found in its different forms. The language which might have been able to shed much light on some explained phenomena of Batak is without doubt the Lubu or Ulu spoken in South Mandailing, for the Lubu people may have been the original inhabitants of, at least, the southerly part of the Batak country. I would also have liked to include this language in my dictionary and grammar, but the necessary means not so much for a journey there, but for a sojourn of some duration while renting. For this, it can be seen that I know well what is absent in my grammar, and that I must leave it to someone else to investigate later on the facts I have observed, which I did not wish to suppress, however obscure some of them may have been to be. It may indeed be impossible for anyone to produce a grammar which could serve as a model for those who in future will devote their lives to the study of languages of the Indonesian archipelago, though there are those who delude themselves that they are in a position to do so by philosophical argument. It would have been easier for me, and would also have taken taken le- would also have taken less time had I been prepared to make a small grammar, but I do not take the high and mighty attitude of an oracle in order to require of the reader that he must accept anything from me as truth without my giving him the proof of it. And moreover, a so-called outline of a grammar is usually nothing but a pretext to seek the difficulties, and especially if at the same time one through riddles, though through it in a mysterious manner, a cunning way of keeping out of harm's way. The student who understands that initially he has only to concern himself with what is in the paragraphs, and that he can skip the observations and the notes and the details about the dialects and only consult them when difficulties occur, can have no complaint to make about the circumstantiality of the grammar. For him, it is advisable to concentrate at the outset on Toba, and of the first part to read only the first 24 pages, and not to fatigue his memory with all the examples adduced, which I have not, which I have only presented as evidence of the phenomena, or with the deviations that are mentioned in the ass and the beast, etc. When he has grasped the principles and is able to read the text, then he will have to gain knowledge for the observations and the notes in order to be in a position to look for a word in unusual form in the right place in the dictionary. It is really not very easy to write a short grammar of the Batak language unless one could include in a dictionary all the forms a word can have, for example, dan, dawan, daban, dahan, and dawan, huskus, uskus, hukkus, and hutsus. Thus, and, and thus provide one that excels in bulk and places the dilettanti in the position. of being able to give very long discussion on the language before the public at large. Perhaps another will save me the time of making an abridged grammar which without doubt would be of much benefit provided he does not commit the folly of leaving out manners which cannot be dispensed with for the understanding of a Batak text. Amsterdam, 18 March, 18 May 1864, H. N. van der Toek.